Donk Nation, Jackson, Janet's greetings, and welcome to Daily Dose of Donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey. Last week I had Laskers. This week I have Gingy. We have some teams ready to go to the Super Bowl. Gingy, how'd you feel? You watched the championship games last week?
One of them. Yes.
Oh, which one, the ref show or the SmackDown?
Hot ref show.
Well, I'll tell you about the SmackDown, man. I'll tell you something. Jaden Daniels played phenomenal football. The Washington Redskins fumbled the ball. And the Philadelphia Eagles are my nemesis in trying to prove that you can't win the way the Steelers want to play. Because apparently, if you have an elite offensive line, an elite defensive line, elite play at the corners, and Saquon Barkley, you can actually, in fact, win running the football, Gingy. Oh, and don't forget Jalen Hurts has to be your quarterback because no one can stop him when he needs a yard.
Yeah, what is that wagon? That is that running machine, Donkey. Holy smokes. That's what... Why can't the Steelers do that?
Well, one, we don't have a quarterback as good as Jalen Hurts. Two, we don't have an offensive line near that. Three, we don't have a secondary near that. Four, we don't have a defensive line near that. Five, we don't have a coach who's willing to be aggressive. And six, we don't have a team that scares a team so much at the 1 yard line that they'll jump offside 6 straight times to where the ref almost gave a free touchdown without a play being run. By the way, highlight of the weekend, almost a touchdown without a play being run, dude. That would have been something to see.
That'd have been legendary.
I think at the end, the false start penalties were like centimeters, not even full inches. Pretty sure the ball started over the goal line. Like, it was quite a thing to see, but man, that Eagles roster, dude, how did they get that much talent there? Like, that offensive line's so good, that defensive line's so good. Jalen Carter's a beast. All three corners they had there, including the guy the Steelers could have gotten, Cooper DeJean, all monsters. Offensive side, Saquon Barkley to go along with A.J. Brown. And, what is his name? The other receiver there. Well, I can't think of it. The little fast one. Smith, Devontae Smith, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, how the hell did that team get that much talent on a
You wonder how
roster?
they get the best. You wonder how they get the best addition in the offseason from their division rival. Not only did the Philadelphia Eagles pull in a monster acquisition, the New York Giants.
Letting Saquon go,
they gotta be looking pretty sorely at that now, I would imagine, yeah?
Gee, I have one question for you. You're the New York Giants general manager, right? You get a choice. You can pay Saquon Barkley or you can pay Daniel Jones. And this is any time in their careers. Why in the hell would Daniel Jones ever be the guy that you're paying?
Well, I don't know, Donkey. Doesn't really have no obvious reason there, I don't think.
Yeah, it makes about zero sense in any way, shape, or form, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Now,
are they still stuck? Is Daniel Jones a free agent? Are they stuck with him? Cut him?
They cut him and he signed with the Vikings. So he is going to be a free agent in the offseason. You know, he's kind of the Steelers type of guy, right? One good year in his whole career.
Now, we're not going to talk about that right now. No. We just don't even wish that bad juju on this organization.
Yeah, that's fair. We should be looking for improvements here. I'll give you that. Gingy, you want to break down what happened in the ref show game? Because I only watched the first half of that one, but man, some of those calls were sus.
Man, you know, it always comes down to that too, doesn't it? If we would just have a definitive game versus the Chiefs, they are so consistent in the playoffs, Donkey. Always doing just enough to get by.
Yep.
And
always getting more calls than the other team. Always weird calls too. And always no transparency from the NFL.
Yeah, it is. It's starting to become a pattern now But still, though, there's nothing clear cut or definitive. The first down call. I mean, let's be real. There's nothing conclusive on any of the angles that I saw.
No, but like if you know physics, physics says that football 99 out of 100 times is past the line of game. The problem is it has to be 100 out of 100 in the NFL's world, but that's not even what my real problem is. My real problem is why the hell doesn't the NFL, like the USFL or a lot of these other leagues, have transparency in the officiating and why calls are made?
It's true. Makes you wonder.
Yeah, like that's my biggest problem with it. It's not the call that was made or the fact that the call was upheld, right? It's the fact that they don't explain why it happens. You don't get to see why it happens. And then these refs, for some reason, didn't even have to answer questions after the game because allegedly no one asked for them to be having to answer questions. So they now get a whole week to figure out what their response is going to be to these questions about the calls. Like, I don't understand how the refs in that game were not instantly made available for media, but they weren't. And it's not a good look when every other league, and that includes college football, is doing it the right way.
Yeah, I'm not. What are you just think the transparency is just gonna.
It at least lets people. It at least kills the conspiracy theorists, right? Because they'll hear what the call is being, why the call is being. It makes it a little harder to have, the conspiracy theory mindset, right? When it's fully transparent what's going on.
Yeah, I don't. It seems really easy. Why wouldn't it be done?
Yeah, that's exactly why. And we know it's easy because we've seen other football leagues do it successfully. You've seen college football do it. You see spring football do it. That's the thing is there's no excuses anymore. Other people are doing it. If it was something revolutionary like adding replay, we could talk about it. But dude, it's as simple as just the people being mic'd up when they talk about what the hell is going on.
Let's write him a letter, donkey. Easy peasy, right?
It certainly should be. Whether or not it is a different question. But yeah, that went on. I learned in this playoffs that you don't ever bet on cursed football teams. I'm looking at Detroit and Buffalo here. I mean, don't ever bet on a cursed franchise because they'll come up short. Don't ever bet against Patty Mahomes, just like Tom Brady. One, he is unbelievable, and two, the refs always seem to give him the benefit of the doubt. So never ever bet against that guy.
Yeah, is he the new? Wait, did you just say Tom Brady? He's there now. He's there now.
Hey, he wins this one. How can you say he's not? He'll have done something nobody has ever done. As a matter of fact, isn't he the first? Aren't they the first team that got to the Super Bowl in a bid for a three-peat? Then everybody else losing the championship game if they got that far. I believe they're the first team to make the Super Bowl in a bid for a three-peat. I could be wrong.
I don't think he's ever had a season where he didn't make it to at least a conference championship game.
Yeah. That's fair. I remember us beating them when Alex Smith was still the quarterback. I don't know if Patty was the backup then, so does it count if he's the backup?
No.
Oh. And yeah, I have no idea. Gingy, anything you want to talk about any of that or any of the Pro Bowl game that is now just a participation trophy because you don't even need to have a good year to make it?
Come on, man. Fifth alternates and all types of weird stuff. Just, I don't know. What is your I would like to see a replacement. I miss the old Pro Bowl.
I don't know what NFL player said it, but it's the smartest thing ever. You go to the 18-game season, but after week 10, you have a Pro Bowl game, right? So middle of the season is the Pro Bowl game. People get to go, and it matters because you make the Pro Bowl game to decide who gets to defer or receive in the Super Bowl. Whatever side wins gets to choose if they want to defer or receive in the Super Bowl. You make it matter a little bit, kind of like the All-Star game in baseball determines home field advantage. That's not something you could do in football. And also, here's the thing. The NFL is a multi-billion-dollar organization, right, Gingy?
Yes.
So people participating in the Pro Bowl get a $2 million bonus. You don't think people will show up for $2 million?
They might. They're likely to, I think, Donkey, for $2 million.
That's what I'm thinking, and it's not going to hurt the NFL at all because this product makes so much damn money. There's zero reason why we can't incentivize the players to play to make this a good game rather than watching the quarterbacks for the AFC be Russell Wilson along with the hell's the dude Drake May from the Patriots, man. Yeah, those scream out Pro Bowlers, don't they?
Yeah, no. I'd rather do without or have some sort of skills competition or something where
They do have those. They currently do have skills competitions.
I'd like to see more of those other than or something. Yeah, I like the I don't know if it's about the coin flip or
something that matters, right?
Something that matters, yeah. Besides money.
You make it
put it back and put it back at a luxury location.
I think have it in the middle of the season so that then you'll argue we'll rest and all this stuff, but man, I don't know. It's hard to say what you should do to make it better because it's a crap product because no one wants to participate, and it's a crap product because it means nothing. I mean, these guys, their bonuses are based off getting named a Pro Bowler, not playing in the Pro Bowl, getting named a Pro Bowler. And it doesn't matter if you're an alternate or a real one, the bonus is still the same, and that's what it dilutes an already crappy product, man. It's like taking a pop, watering the soda down 50%, then giving it to the next guy and watering it down another 50%. Like, it's a crap product by the time you get to the end.
Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it in the long run. Do you think? Why do they still do it then? They got to make something.
They make money. They make money off it. The NFL makes money off it. They make money off sending the guys there because you have to remember they're selling more TV product now, and everything that's NFL sells. So they're making more money off the TV product. They don't care if it's a crap product or not because the networks are paying to use it. So it is what it is, and it's kind of a tradition thing, right? Pro Bowl is a tradition, unlike any other. Not really what they say, but it's what they feel like they say on every tradition they have in the NFL.
Golly, I don't know about all that, Donkey, but we'll figure out something. Let us go in the off season. That's a good task, Donkey. Let's come up with text Laskers. Tell him that he needs to come up with a proposal on how to fix or replace Pro Bowl.
That's fair enough. Gingy, there's some bewildering things that have been coming out of Steeler land recently. I mean, from possible contract extension with Russell Wilson to the Rooney saying a lot of stuff that is making you question whether or not they care about anything other than being above the mean. And at this point, I don't think so. And question of what should we expect if the organization isn't expecting to be above the mean and we're supporting it? Should we really be able to complain when the organization doesn't perform above just the mean? Because the mean seems to be the new standard. And I think that's fair to say. So any fun Steelers stuff you want to talk about before we maybe touch on these points and get your opinion on them?
No, I think I'm ready for that, Donkey. And that's not wrong. Hitting the organization in the pocketbooks, that's what is going to matter. But Donkey, are you serious? I'm going to have to wear the same old dusty Steeler hoodie next year when I'm cheering for him again, too?
What? No. I think we have to be a little nicer to the Steelers and realize that a standard season is acceptable, man. It's no longer about championships in Pittsburgh. It's about the standard. And we've always thought that this is where we're wrong,
dusty hoodie, then.
This is where we always were wrong. We thought the standard meant Super Bowls. The standard means being above the mean. So for me, as a person who goes out, spends money, supports this organization that has clearly stated its goal is above the mean, I feel it's very hypocritical. Personally, I feel it's very hypocritical of me to call these guys out for what I consider a substandard season when to them it is a standard season, man. We were above the mean. This was a standard season. I just need to refocus what I believe in because I'm here supporting the team. I'm going to football games. I'm buying merchandise. I am supporting what the new standard is, and the new standard is 9-8. I personally feel someone's pointed it out. I don't really have a place to be and complain about it if I'm going to go there and I'm going to spend money on merch and I'm going to go in person to games and spend money at Steelers games. I don't really have, when the organization has stated what their standard is, I don't really have the ability to complain about it when I'm spending money knowing what they want and what they're trying to accomplish.
I hear what you're saying. Like I said before, you hit them in the pocketbooks, they'll definitely know. But what you're straying into is very, very close to fair weather fandom. I know you're.
I'm gonna be a fan the whole time, baby.
Yeah, you're a fan wearing your what? Your Terry Bradshaw jersey, Donkey?
Nah, dude.
Come on now.
Gingy.
Your Ben Roethlisberger jersey, then? They haven't been, according to Donkey, they haven't been good since 2016. So what other possible jersey? You going to have a TJ Watt jersey, maybe?
First off, I still wear my Lawrence. Hold on. You're really in trouble here. Because the jersey I still wear is my Lawrence Timmons jersey. So don't try that one, because that's still the jersey I wear is my Bumblebee Lawrence Timmons. So that's the wrong stance to take.
Bless you. Bless you.
But that's not even what I'm talking about, Gingy. I think my opinion needs to change. Okay? I'm going to start saying these standard seasons were standard seasons and the Steelers did what they were supposed to do. I don't think I'm going to call them out for 10-7 seasons anymore. I'm not going to say it was a good year, because to me, I don't think that's fair. But I think I'm going to use the word standard, and I think I'm going to call them standard seasons, and I think I'm going to stop being super critical when we have standard seasons, because, as pointed out, it's very hypocritical of me to support this product and then go out and say, hey, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. No, they did what they were supposed to do, Gingy. They met the standard. Okay, that's how I feel. The Steelers met the standard this year. I'm very sad that the standard is what it is, but I fully believe the Steelers met the standard this year, and I fully believe this is the standard the Steelers want.
I can't wait till you listen to that back, Donkey. You sound like a lunatic. These Steelers are driving you crazy, man.
I know. Maybe I shouldn't let them. Maybe I should start treating them like I do the Pirates, man, which is, if we get there, it's awesome, but I don't expect it. Man, I've been a Pirates fans for too damn long, so you're right, I am crazy. I am crazy, Gingy. I've been a Pirates fan since I was like 5, dude.
I hope that gets to Rooney's ears. Treat them like the Pirates.
That's what they should be, man. They're an organization that just cares about the dollar bill, yo.
Wow, we have plenty of time to go over that, Donkey. I don't know how you get around that merch fact. You're totally right. Just, wash and rewear, baby. Wash and rewear. You know what? I just had to put them. Got to put them Pegasus 41s on layaway now, Donkey, because he says so, right?
Gee, what's really weird is I seriously have not bought myself, outside of a Kenny Pickett jersey, I have not bought myself Steeler merch since 2018. The only thing I've bought since 2018 was a Kenny Pickett jersey. I've gotten a lot of gifts and stuff like that, but I have not bought a single bit of merch since 2018, but I'm not even saying that I'm staying on my horse for that. I'm just changing the way I view things, man. I'm going to tell you right now, if we meet a standard season, I'm going to call it a standard season, and I'm honestly going to let it go. I'm going to evaluate players still freely, but I'm seriously going to change the way I talk about this team. This team was standard this year, Gingy. That's what it was. This team met the standard. Did it exceed it? No. They met the standard. They did not exceed it.
I didn't know any standard. Listen, all right.
The stated standard of the organization they met. Rooney has stated before any season that we win more games than we lose is a good year. So we have by the runner of this organization what the stated standard is. I'm really starting to feel it's not fair to me to say my standard is the standard we should judge the Steelers off. Let's judge the Steelers off their own standard. That's where I'm going to be.
Good luck with that,
Gingy, you should be happy about that. That's like me putting on black and gold glasses for once.
Yeah, you seem pretty tricky to me, Donkey. I don't know if that's
there's no trick. I've honestly thought about this.
Okay, so what you're talking about
this
is
and I feel
I've given in. I've totally given in. I have no more passion or fight left in me.
8 goddamn seasons of it. Yes, I certainly
am a vanilla wafer, bland ass
It happened on my birthday, by the way.
That's what I'm hearing you say.
I read it. I read the comment on my birthday that changed my perspective. So mark it as January 27, 2025, that I changed my view on how I'm judging the Steelers.
Donkey became a Browns fan. January 27th, 2025. I got
Nah, dude, I'm not wearing no brown bag over my face. I ain't doing none of that stuff. By the way, the Browns' more recent playoff winners than the Pittsburgh Steelers, for anyone keeping track out there.
See? Browns fan. And how did I know that was going to come up here pretty quick? Yep.
I wasn't even going to bring anything up about the Browns. This is purely about how I'm viewing the Steelers.
Plenty of time for this, Donkey.
I don't think it's fair for us to be, for me, as a person who supports the organization with buying merch, going to games, doing that stuff, I don't feel it's fair for me to be out here saying, well, I think their standard needs to be higher when I'm out here supporting the product, right? It's just a personal feel. People are entitled to view however they want. I'm just letting you know, my view and the view that I'm going to present going forward on the show is my standard is going to be what they say the standard is, right? And am I happy about it? No, not really. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's what they've stated. So it's what we're going to go down as having. At least not we. I'm sorry. I do not mean we. It's what I'm going to go down as having, I think. Gingy, yes. There is some credibility to the things I'm saying, and I understand that fans can have this other thing. But my real question to you is, and I know you're going to have the other perspective here, is it fair for fans to expect more out of the organization than the organization expects out of itself is really what this boils down to, right?
Yeah, passing of the torch then, if that's what you're saying is true. But, Donkey, like I said, I think that you might need a little vacation, a little time off, maybe some time outside of the snow. In the tundra,
it's maybe like find a nice negative beach freaking 10 degrees.
Find a little beach somewhere, Donkey, and I don't know. We should revisit that in the spring and see if it all looks like the same dark, deep hell that you're describing. It's gonna, dude.
I'm a Pirates fan. Okay. I know how to play this.
What you're writing
I know how
is
to play this fandom.
Modern horror fiction novel, Donkey, where we become where we're transitioning to a mediocre franchise, and I just need a second to think if that's really what's happening, Donkey. Okay, that's what you're talking about. That's a big change. It's not a change I've ever seen since what? Since Bubby Brister days. Okay, Donkey? All right? So you just got to chill out and let that process and let that sink.
Mike Tomczak, my favorite Steeler quarterback of all time, yeah.
Jeez Louise, Donkey. See what I'm saying? No, let's not talk about it. Okay, let's just keep it moving on this for a second. Keep it moving.
All right, if you hear weird shooting in the background, it's because Zoidberg's mic is on like 10,000 volume, wherever the heck he is playing his video games.
Sorry about that.
And there, you got a little chime in from him too. Gingy, any thoughts you want to take on anything that has transpired so far? Any questions you'd like to ask me of anything that's transpired so far in the very limited time that we've had the Steelers offseason going?
Does it have to be about Steelers off season?
Nah, dude, go whatever.
How about you? How about you write me up a recipe where these Kansas City Chiefs lose?
Dude, it's all right. The way you beat the Chiefs, and I don't understand why no one does it, and Philly might be the team to do it, is you play aggressive on defense. You cannot sit back and zone because Kelsey's going to get open right past the first down sticks every freaking time, right? Do you remember how we always talked about how you beat New England is you're aggressive and you control the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same damn recipe. This Chiefs team is no longer that explosive offense. They're that 15-play, 7-minute touchdown drive offense. That's Tom freaking Brady. That defense isn't elite at anything. They're just not bad at anything. So what do? You control the football. You run it. You don't let Mahomes get out there. You don't let them have 8 drives a game. You try to shrink that game down to there's only 6 drives a game, right? And you play aggressive because your goal is to force 1 or 2 turnovers. And Patty Mahomes does turn the ball over once in a while. Those wide receivers fumble the ball. Make that Chiefs team be explosive to beat you. Don't let them beat you because you sat back. Make them be explosive. It's how the Bills beat the Chiefs the first time this year, is the Bills were ultra aggressive on defense, and they controlled the ball running. This time, man, the Bills still try to be aggressive. And let's be honest here, Josh Allen, big dude, he converts either of those fourth downs, we're probably talking about the Bills in the Super Bowl. The Bills played the game the way you need to. The thing is, you need to get the inches in those games, man. It comes down to inches at times to beat that Chiefs team. And maybe that's not even the team we should be talking about, Gingy. I'm going to put this question right back at you. How the hell did you beat the Eagles?
That's a good question. I think it's what we talked about last time that we spoke. You got to shut down that run game somehow. That's
Dude,
quite the tall order.
Washington, a 7-minute drive, they end up kicking a field goal. The Eagles, one play, 66-yard Barkley touchdown to start that game. Dude, I knew it was over right then because I was like, oh, Jesus. Washington just gave everything they have, and they come up with a field goal, and Philly takes one play to take the lead.
Yep. Saquon is so explosive. The offense is dynamic. The line is... Oh, there's going to be some Hall of Famers coming out of there, and it's freaking good. It's a good franchise.
Gingy, this is a scary stat. Philadelphia had more explosive runs in the NFC Championship game than the Steelers had all year.
Oh, that's not surprising at all. Not surprising.
That hurts, man. That hurts. And what's scary is the Steelers had two explosive runs. One by a quarterback and one by Najee Harris. Gingy, I want to get your view on one specific player that Steelers fans love that I think had a very overrated, very bad season. That's Jaylen Warren. I don't think he had, as a backup running back, he had a good season, but he's supposed to be the explosive running back, and he had less explosive plays this year than Najee Harris.
Yeah, he had a better season last season.
I can't fathom that.
He had a better season last season. Yeah.
People are here talking about we should give Jaylen the reins and the offense is going to improve. Man, he got more carries this year, more touches this year, and he was less productive. I'm not saying Najee's the answer because we all know I don't feel that, but I'm not sure the answer's on the roster, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They were a good team. They are a good complement, and I think Jaylen is a better complement than he is. He's a better Robin than he is a Batman.
That's fair.
But I don't think Najee Harris is Batman.
You know the Dark Knight episode, or the second one where he's just getting his butt kicked all the time, but he's there and he keeps getting his butt kicked. I think he makes a good version of that. He's there. He's always there.
Present.
You cannot break him, right? You can't break that dude. So, I mean, I'll defend him a little bit, maybe. I don't know. That's like a backhanded compliment. Sorry, Najee, if you hear that, but yeah. Gingy, anything else here? Any questions? Anything that's interesting to you?
Nah, I think we're settling in to get all the storylines and make sure that Taylor Swift has her itinerary so that she can get right to that box for that game there in 2 weeks so that they can, I don't know, give her a whole bunch of airtime and try to sell some more merch.
All right, well, Gingy, one last thing before I see if you have a shout-out. Do you think the NFL is going to suspend Justin Tucker with all these masseuses coming out saying that he was there with erections and left ejaculate on massage tables? I don't know if you read that, but apparently Justin Tucker's like a less bad version of Massage Watson, and at least he did it in professional settings, I guess. I don't know.
Gingy don't have no comment on that.
Maybe that's why he was missing all the kicks, as he was banned from the massagers this year. I don't
even know. Dude. That's just a man in his private time. He didn't do it in front of nobody. He was kind of in public, right? But he's paying. I don't know. Moving on.
Yeah, I don't know. There has to be more clear details that come out. But the parts that came out, man. I'm not gonna lie, I got a good chuckle out of reading it. I was like, dude, people are so freaking dumb.
Yeah, that's just they're looking for something, but yeah, no, I'm good. No, thank you.
Do you have an end of the year shout out, Gingy?
Shout out to the show, all the boys, Donkey. Always an awesome host. Blaskers, wish he was here. Freaking shout out to the boys, Zoidy, Banky, Bubs. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a good one to go. Shout out to all the ex-Steelers players and coaches that are going into the Super Bowl. Always good to see the black and gold represented in some way, shape, or form. I'm not going to name no names because then I'll get yelled at even more. But I'll let you know, I'm the Viking Donkey. That's Viking_Donkey on Twitch and Twitter. Your daily dose of Donkey with Ginger is the YouTube channel where you get all this fun content. We'll be back next week with a Super Bowl preview, breaking down how we expect the game to go. Should have Laskers, should have Gingy. Make sure you tune in. Gingy, let them know.
Mutant Gingy in the house. We hanging out, talking football, talking Steelers. Good gracious, folks! I think Donkey Nation. We got to get Donkey a vacation. He going a little wild here. All right, make sure you make him feel better. Wave him if you got him. Here we go.